Sophia thought what she felt for Jan was love, but what she found when she finally stopped running was that love had been standing quietly in front of her the whole time. A single tulip bulb can sell for more than a worker earns in a whole year. People are borrowing money, risking everything, all for a single flower. The city has gone completely mad for them. And in the middle of all this lives Sophia. Sophia was bought at the age of 18 by a wealthy merchant named Cornelis. He is a good man in many ways. He treats her with care. He speaks to her kindly. He does not hurt her. But what he wants from her is a son, an heir to take over everything he has built. And after 3 years of marriage, Sophia has not been able to give him one. According to the unwritten rules of the time, a wife who cannot produce a child can be sent back. Cornelis gives her 6 more months. The pressure becomes almost unbearable. Sophia carries it alone, except for Maria. Maria and Sophia grew up in similar hardships. Sophia has never once treated Maria like a servant. The two of them are as close as sisters. Maria has a boyfriend named Willem, a young man who sells fish at the docks. She is deeply in love with him, with Sophia covering for her. Maria grows bolder, sneaking Willem into her room at night, stealing every moment she can with the man she loves. One day, Maria tells Sophia about a doctor in the city named Sorg. He is said to have a secret method that helps women become pregnant. For Sophia, this feels like the last bit of hope. She goes to see him. She sits down and pours everything out. Her fears, her desperation, her husband's desire for a child, the fact that his first wife died in childbirth. She begs the doctor for help. The doctor listens. He nods. He tells her everything will be kept completely private. He asks her to lie down on the bed, and then he starts unfastening his belt. Sorg is not a doctor at all. He is a man who uses the promise of a cure to take advantage of desperate women. Sophia gets out of there as fast as she can. The last piece of her hope is gone. She goes home. She and Cornelis continue as before. They pray together each night. They carry out their duties. It feels like going through the motions of a life, rather than actually living one. Sophia begins to wonder if this is all there will ever be. And then, a painter arrives. Cornelis decides he wants portraits painted, something to preserve their life together. He hires a young painter named Jan. Jan is handsome, charming, and known for moving from one woman to the next without ever truly settling. He arrives at the house, and when Sophia walks out wearing a blue dress, he stops completely. He cannot believe what he is seeing. He cannot believe that this old man has a wife this young. He paints them together. Then Cornelis asks him to paint Sophia alone, to capture every detail of her face. Jan nods and agrees, but his mind is already somewhere far away. Because Cornelis is a busy man, the studio is often left with just Jan and Sophia. They mostly work in silence. One day, Sophia picks up a tulip and stands by the window. She is not thinking about the painting. She is just standing there, lost in her own sadness. The light falls across her face in a way that Jan has never seen before. He picks up his brush, and something changes in him that he cannot explain. The more he paints her, the deeper he falls. Every glance she gives him, every small movement, he feels it pulling at something inside him that he has never felt before. His heart, which has always moved lightly from one person to the next, is suddenly stuck. He cannot leave. He does not want to. Sophia feels it too, and it frightens her. She goes to Cornelis and asks if they can find a different painter. She says she does not like John. Cornelis refuses, because only John can paint with real feeling. Sophia has no choice but to agree. John goes home that evening, more obsessed than ever. He asks a friend to dress up like Sophia and pose for him, using disimagination to paint, but it does not work. Then he runs outside into the street to find her. At the same moment, Sophia is already on her way to find him too. She tells Maria she is going to a tailor. Maria knows that is not true. Now they find each other, and the boundary between them breaks. From that day, right under Cornelis's nose, the two of them begin a secret relationship. Stolen moments, hidden glances, every small chance they can find. Cornelis notices nothing. He is busy. He is trusting. He loves and trusts his wife in the uncomplicated way that older men love younger women, without suspicion, without jealousy. Then one evening, Sophia pretends to be unwell and sends Cornelis to a dinner party alone. The moment he is gone, she puts on Maria's dark cloak and cover her head. She slips out into the night and makes her way to Jan's home. Maria's boyfriend, Willem, spots the figure in the cloak. He thinks it is Maria. He watches the cloaked woman walk into a stranger's home and kissing. Then something inside him shatters. He turns and walks away, his heart broken. He ends up at a pub, drinking to try to dull the pain. But the night gets worse. A woman on the street steals his wallet. When he argues about it, her friends beat him. And then, confused and alone, and in the wrong place at the wrong time, he is mistaken for a homeless man and forced into naval service. He is put on a ship. The ship sails away. Just like that, Willem is gone. Days pass. Maria waits for him. Then weeks. No information about him. She thought Willem left. And then, Maria realizes she is pregnant. In this time and place, an unmarried maid found to be pregnant has only one future. She gets thrown out. No home. No job. Maria is terrified. So, she goes to Sophia. She tells Sophia she knows her secret with the painter John. To make sure Sophia protect her and her pregnant secret, Sophia has no choice. She agrees to keep Maria safe. And And then, the two of them come up with a plan that is bold and dangerous. Their plan is Maria will pretend to be Sophia using a pillow to hide on Belly, so everyone thinks she is pregnant. Maria will stay hidden upstairs as her pregnancy grows. Sophia will cover for her. When the baby is born, Cornelis will be told that Sophia gave birth and that the child is his heir. Maria and Sophia will tell him the baby is his. The Dr. Sorg, who owes Sophia a debt after what he tried to do to her, will be the one to deliver the baby and play his part in the lie. Dr. Sorg, checking Sophia's health, and told Cornelis to separate bed with Sophia. Maria begins to show. The pretending begins. Whenever Cornelis hears sounds from upstairs and comes to check, Sophia pretends to be the one feeling unwell. She turns him away, over and over, month after month. Meanwhile, Jan is doing something reckless. He is in love and he wants to build a future with Sophia. He wants to run away with her, to have enough money to take her far from this life. So he puts every coin he has into the tulip market. The tulip trade is booming, and people are making fortunes overnight. Jan borrows more money on top of what he already has. He put all in. He has no idea what is coming next. Cornelis has to travel to India for business. While Cornelis away, Sophia and John spend their days together, dreaming about a future that feels almost real. They talk about where they will go, what their life will look like. During this time, Sophia takes good care of Maria, and Maria, surrounded by kindness she feels she does not deserve, begins to feel deeply guilty about everything. Then the night arrives. Maria goes into labor. The whole plan swings into motion. Sorg is called. Sophia keeps Cornelis away downstairs. Maria labors through the night, in pain, struggling. Hours pass. The baby does not come easily. Downstairs, Cornelis paces back and forth. He prays. He is terrified, because he has been here before. His first wife died in this very situation, in labor. Unable to hold on, he runs to the bottom of the stairs and shouts up to Sorg. His voice breaks completely. He begs the doctor to save Sophia first. Whatever happens, save her first. Sophia is behind the door. She hears every word. She has spent 3 years telling herself that Cornelis does not truly love her, that she is just a transaction to him, that she is just a tool for producing a child. But the man downstairs, crying out in pure terror, begging for her life above everything else, is not a man who sees her as a tool. He is a man who loves her completely, and she has been deceiving him for months. The guilt hits her like a wave she cannot breathe through, but the plan is already running. There is no stopping it now. By dawn, Maria gives birth to a baby girl. Sorg goes downstairs and delivers the agreed message. Sophia has died in childbirth. She was infected with the plague. No one is allowed near her body. Cornelis collapses. He tries to push past the doctor to get to his wife, just to see her one last time, just to hold her hand. Sorg and Maria block him. They tell him the plague is contagious. He cannot go near her. He has to stay back. Sophia lies in the bed upstairs, completely still, listening to her husband fall apart below her. She had thought this moment would feel like freedom. Instead, it feels like the worst thing she has ever done. Later that night, Sophia is placed in a coffin and quietly moved through the canal to the place where she and Jan were planned to meet. The men open the coffin. She climbs out. She waits. She waits for the man she was going to build a new life with. The tulip market has collapsed completely overnight. The prices that had climbed so high for so long came crashing down in a single moment. Everyone who had borrowed money to invest in tulips lost everything. Jan lost everything. He is trapped inside his house, surrounded by furious people he owes money to. He cannot leave. He cannot get to Sophia. He cannot get a message to her in time. Sophia waits alone, and as the hours pass, she realizes that the desperate longing she expected to feel for John is not as strong as she thought it was. She thinks about him, and then she thinks about Cornelis, and something in her heart quietly makes its decision. She was chasing a feeling, a rush, a beautiful lie. What she left behind was real. She sends a message to John through the boatman. She tells him she has already gone. She disappears alone into the streets of Amsterdam. She makes her way back to the home she once could not wait to escape. She stands outside in the dark and looks through the window. Cornelis is inside. He is holding the baby girl. His face is full of grief, but the way he looks at the child, the way his hands hold her so carefully, is full of something else too. Tenderness, love. He has lost his wife, but he will not let this child feel that loss if he can help it. Sophia watches, and she cannot move. She wants to run inside. She wants to confess everything. She wants to undo it all, but she knows she cannot. What she has done cannot be undone. So she makes one final choice. She takes the blue cloak from her shoulders. She throws it into the river, and she walks away. When Jan finally gets free of his creditors, he searches the whole city for Sophia. He goes to every place he can think of, and then he finds the blue cloak floating on the water, cold and wet. He picks it up, and he believes the only thing it could mean, that she lost hope, that she jumped. He breaks down completely. He holds the cloak and cries her name into the empty air. 1 year later, Willem comes back. He knocks on the door of the home he remembers. The door opens. Maria is standing there with a baby in her arms. Willem is furious. He accuses her of betraying him. him. Maria cries and tries to explain. She tells him about the months of waiting, about the pregnancy, about everything she had to do to survive. They argue, and in the middle of the argument, Maria tells him the whole truth. Everything. The affair, the plan, the fake death, all of it. At that exact moment, Cornelius is stepping up to the door from outside. He hears every single word. He stands there in silence. He does not shout. He does not break down. He just listens. And then he goes very still. After everything he has lost, after everything he has been through, he is not angry. He is just tired and honest with himself for the first time. He knows that he bought Sophia. He treated her like something he owned. He pushed her so hard for a child that she felt like she had no value beyond what she could produce. He was not innocent in any of this. The next morning, Cornelius leaves a letter and walks out of the house alone. He sets off for India. The letter says this: Maria, I forgive you because I also made mistakes. I bought Sophia as if she were an object. I pushed her into a corner because I wanted a child. I leave this house to you, but you must promise that the child will carry my name so the family is protected. Let everyone believe she is my heir. And Cornelius is gone. 8 years pass. Maria and Willem live peacefully in the large house. They have more children. Every morning they pray together, and they include Cornelius in those prayers. A man far away who chose forgiveness over revenge. Jan picks up his paintbrush again, slowly, quietly. He becomes known as a painter worth watching. One day he is invited to paint a mural inside a monastery. He turns around without thinking, and there, across the room, is Sophia. She is living a simple and quiet life now. She looks different, calmer, more at peace. They look at each other. They smile. There are no words, no arguments, no apologies spoken out loud. Just a look that says everything that needs to be said. And that is Tulip Fever, a story about passion and what happens when you chase it without thinking about the cost. Sophia thought what she felt for Jan was love, but what she found when she finally stopped running was that love had been standing quietly in front of her the whole time.